Hey guys, we're over here at Galaxy Unpacked in New York City to show off the new Galaxy Z Fold 7. And so far, this thing is blowing my mind. So I'm gonna talk about 5 different points in this video. We're gonna talk about the thickness, the weight, the chip, the cameras, and the battery. So first thing is thickness. Come over here because I wanna show you guys something. I don't know if you guys remember this phone right here, the Oppo Find N5. And this phone blew everybody's mind when it came out because it is shockingly thin. Basically, everybody was mind blown thinking this is what foldables should have been from the very beginning. I don't know if you guys remember those old foldables, like the original Fold from Samsung. That thing was thick. But now, take a look at this. Believe it or not, the new Z Fold 7 is ever so slightly thinner than the Oppo Find N5. I cannot believe it. It's 4.2 millimeters when open compared to 4.21 on the Oppo. But when you close them down, it is quite a bit thinner and it is noticeable. As soon as you see it, it is a lot thinner. 8.6 millimeters compared to 8.93. So I can't believe they did it, but they did. This phone is absolutely incredible because you have a phone that looks and feels like a regular phone. I mean, I bet you could hand this to somebody, they won't even realize it's a foldable because of how it feels in your hand. It's absolutely mind-blowing compared to the S25 Ultra right here. Yes, it is just a little bit thicker, but it's really not that noticeable. And then compared to the iPhone 16 Pro Max, yes, it is thicker, but both in the hand, it feels like it's a regular smartphone, but it is jam-packed with technology. And speaking of the weight, believe it or not, the Z Fold 7, with everything it has, the front display, the open large display on the inside, which I'm about to talk about, it's actually lighter than the S25 Ultra flagship by 4 grams, 215 grams. And once again, compared to the iPhone, this thing is a lot lighter. 227 grams on the iPhone compared to 215. Can you guys believe it, where we've gotten to this level of technology where you have a foldable phone, which I'd say is probably the first time where I am extremely tempted to switch from Apple to Samsung, because you now have a regular phone in your pocket, no extra thickness, but you can unfold at any time to play games, which we have done on recent foldables. You can watch movies, whatever, and it's all in this amazing package. So this is just crazy to feel. But first, Sony's Prime Day sale is now live with the first ever discount on their brand new XM6 headphones, which have the best active noise cancellation that I've been enjoying for weeks. Now $20 off through July 11th only. And if you're looking for more savings, they're giving you $100 off on both the XM5 headphones and XM5 earbuds, and they're also doing the lowest price ever on the XM4 headphones, up to $165 off this week only. So use my links in the description below to order now so you don't miss out. Now moving on to the third point, we have the chip. And the cool thing is that Samsung did not make any sacrifices to make this phone happen, because it has the same exact Snapdragon 8 Elite 4 Samsung chip inside it as the S25 Ultra, which is bigger, it's thicker, it's heavier. This somehow has the same chip. Somehow they're fitting it into this. How's that possible? I don't know how they're doing it, but they did it. I can't wait to actually start trying it, playing some games on it, because this is absolutely mind-blowing that we're able to fit chips that powerful. And nowadays, those Samsung chips are starting to really catch up to the iPhone. Like, they're getting really close in terms of single core, and in terms of benchmarks, multi-core is now surpassing what you have on the iPhone, which is just crazy to me. And they're able to pack it into a phone of this size, which is absolutely just mind-blowing. And the cool thing is, even with it being so thin, one thing I really like compared to the Oppo is that the USB-C port is centered on this phone. So if I open it up, you guys can get a closer look right there. It is perfectly centered, not on the Oppo. It is like literally right there next to the display where you feel like you might literally crack it if it falls and drops the wrong way. So I don't know how they achieved this with this thickness, this weight, everything. It's just absolutely amazing. Next up, we have the displays. Samsung upgraded them on this new Z Fold 7. You have a 6.5 inch on the outside, and then when you open it up, you get a massive 8.1 inch, which is the biggest yet in their Z Fold line. So they keep upgrading the display. The bezels look really nice and thin. Just look at that. That looks amazing. Now, the crease, yes, it is still fairly noticeable. It's just when you have that glare, you could see that crease in the glare, but I'm sure after you use it day to day, if you actually get one of these, you'll probably won't even notice it anymore. But the displays are really nice. Now, they did upgrade the materials as well to make it stronger. They have this sort of marketing advanced aluminum thing going on for the frame. They have titanium. They actually have this cool sheet, titanium sheet that goes in to basically make it stronger and allow it to be even thinner. They have a newly updated hinge, which I think is one of the biggest deals because it is 27% thinner than the previous hinge in the Z Fold 6. So it allows them to even further make the phone thinner overall. And it's also 43% lighter. So it helps in terms of the weight savings as well. And it feels really strong. Like it feels a lot stronger now than it was before, which is going to help you with that long-term durability. Overall, it feels really smooth. Can't wait to see Jerry Rig Everything kind of try to do a durability test to try to see how this thing holds up. Now, on to the next point, it is the cameras. And the best part, of course, is that they did not sacrifice in terms of quality. You still have the same crazy nice 200 megapixel main sensor. So you have some really good kind of sensor zoom that you can do for the 2X. You can do it for the 4X. Still looks very great. Then you also have 12 megapixel for the ultra wide and then 50 megapixels for the telephoto. So you're basically not really sacrificing anything in terms of camera quality, which we are planning to do a camera comparison with the new Z Fold 7. So definitely subscribe so you don't miss out on that video coming out very soon. And also, of course, you have two selfie cams. You have one right here. You also have one if you open it up like this. They are both the same 10 megapixels, so you don't really have a difference in quality between the two. Of course, it's not as nice as something like, of course, the iPhone 12 megapixel. It's going to get upgraded to 24 pretty soon. But I mean, what do you expect with a phone that has two of them and it's this thin? That is probably the only compromise, but in terms of the photos that actually comes out, it still looks pretty decent, at least decent enough to share. So cameras, really good, barely any sacrifices, and I think it just makes for an overall great phone. And now on to the last point, which I think is actually 6 instead of 5. I guess it got more than you expected, but it is the batteries. Now, this is the one area where there's a little bit of sacrifice because they were not able to get a silicon carbon battery in it just yet. Probably going to come a little bit later, but it's 4,400 milliamp hours, so it's not quite as big as the S25 Ultra, which has 5,000 milliamp hours. I'm sure it's still going to be pretty good, especially with expectations being a little bit lower with how thin it is. You probably don't expect it to be as good as something this now chunky compared to this, but it's only a little bit smaller than the iPhone. The iPhone is 4685 milliamp hours compared to 4400, so almost the same. But one of the interesting things is the Oppo 5600 milliamp hours. That is quite a bit bigger because this actually has a silicon carbon battery. So it's kind of a sneak peek of what we can expect Samsung to hopefully do when they eventually have the silicon carbon. But we're excited to test this out and see the real world battery life that we're actually going to get with testing. So over the next couple of days, we're going to be out here in New York City, going out and filming and probably doing that camera comparison that you guys should expect. So definitely subscribe above and let me know your thoughts on all of this down in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.